Voila! Everyone, and welcome to the Amanda Natanda Show. I'm Amanda, and thank you guys for watching. I am so excited because joining me today is an amazing, talented actor, Griffin Cork. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. Oh my God.
Finally!
I know.
You know?
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
But we made it work, and we're here now.
There we go.
Okay.
And just so you know, we've worked together on a movie called The Test. It was so amazing.
That's right.
But we hope to see it, and I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
And
No
phenomenal.
spoilers.
Right, no spoilers. And it's so lovely to have you here. Thank you for coming.
I appreciate you having me. I'm excited to be here.
Oh my gosh, awesome. So what have you been up to? Actually, who is Griffin? Let's start with that.
Okay.
Who is Griffin?
So I've been acting for about professionally for about 10 years, like over 10 years. I started very young. I'm really fortunate in that acting kind of runs in my family.
Nice.
My mother's still an actress, and my father used to act, and now he's a financial planner. So he's also very good in helping. He knows the brain of working with actor money. Yeah, like that
Right.
kind of thing,
Okay, it makes sense.
How to budget that.
Yeah. And because sometimes some actors don't even know how much they're worth, right?
No.
And how to put it together after they get the money too.
The biggest thing that I find is, and this is why it's so great to have a financial planner father, is how to have, like, quote unquote self-employed taxes, and like what you can write off, and like what you can't, and you know, if a production makes you get a haircut, and if you have to pay for it, can you write that off, like that kind of stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so if you're an entrepreneur or an actor or anything like that, you gotta educate yourself on that, because I still don't really know everything. But
so does it mean to say, for those upcoming actors do not know, does it mean to say being an actor is more of being self-employed more than anything?
Yeah, I think so. It's kind of my opinion. Like, I would say theater, film, kind of any medium acting in Alberta is a lot of producing your own work.
For sure.
So it is being self-employed. And I think, like, by financial terms, because you're not with like a constant employer for more than like 6 months, unless you're doing like a tour or a TV series or something, I think it is considered self-employed, because you're an employee on contract. Like, for example, when you do a theater gig, you rehearse for 4 weeks, you put on the show for 2 weeks, and then you're done with that company, right? So that company is having you on contract, self-employed.
Right.
Don't quote me on any of this. This is what I think. I'm not a business analyst in any sense.
Okay,
that's my guess.
That's your guess.
Yeah.
We'll take that for now. So pay attention, upcoming
That's
actors.
it.
Listen.
We're here to talk about financial terms.
Right.
That's the whole point.
That's the whole point. All right. So you said your mom is still an actress.
She is, yeah.
Right, and then you have siblings as well.
No, I'm an only child.
Only child,
which
and then
explains a
you're
lot. I'm a brat.
There you go. Oh, he's a brat, but he's an amazing brat. Brat.
As far as brats go.
As far as brats go.
Besides acting, I dabble a little bit in producing. I cannot write for the life of me.
Really?
I've tried writing. I'm so impatient. I think I'm bad at exposition.
Right.
I don't know that I have the mind for it. You know, you read a lot of scripts and you go, I like the way the dialogue is constructed, the way stuff is called back, like the narrative structure. I think I understand story. Like, I think I can help work a script in a room of people.
Right.
But I don't think I can write my own.
Write your own. But then, have you tried it for you to say that?
I have. Oh, I have.
Okay.
I tried writing a play. It was really bad. I tried
Plays,
writing.
on the other hand, I find they're complicated.
For sure. Like, they're different beasts. But I've also tried a short film, and it also wasn't very good. I'm just like, it's not. That's the one medium that I think I have nothing in. I write a little bit of poetry. I do a little bit of spoken word poetry.
Oh, nice.
That kind of fluctuates. But it's that's the closest I get.
You get.
Right now.
So tell us about. I know you're part of Numera Films, and congratulations on the deal that we're going to be talking about afterwards.
All right.
Can you tell us how you became part of Numera Films?
Totally.
Yeah.
So I met my friend Joseph Wright, who's one of the co-founders of Numera Films.
Okay.
I met him at a drama camp in Red Deer, like 8 or 9 years ago.
Wow.
It was called Arts Trek. It's run by Theatre Alberta. It's an awesome camp.
Okay.
That's where I met him, because he was also kind of into acting. He's not anymore, but he kind of was.
Okay.
And then he started going to the SAIT, which is like the Calgary's NAIT, like the Southern Alberta Institute of Technology. I hope that's what it is.
Yeah.
Their film program.
Okay.
And part of their program is you make short films. So
okay.
he reached out to me like 4 or 5 years ago, being like, "Hey, are you still acting?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I came in and did one of their short films.
Okay.
And on that set, it was called The Contract. It was a short by Keegan Elliott, and it was about my character. He has a magic lamp, so he got a genie. But all he wanted was a date.
Okay.
He was really lonely, so he just asked the genie out to dinner. So they just had dinner, and that was it. That's the whole.
So were you the genie or were you the?
No, I was the sad, lonely boy.
Okay, the sad lonely boy.
Which is, typecasting.
So did it come out though, so we can watch it?
I think it's on YouTube still.
Oh my gosh.
The Contract by Keegan Elliott.
Oh my gosh.
I think it is.
I think it is, and if it is, mind you, we're gonna put the link down.
Oh no!
So you guys can watch.
Oh, yeah,
5 years ago.
Right.
His 5 years ago missions.
So then on that set, I met Morgan Ermter, who
okay.
is the other member of Numera Films.
I think I worked with Morgan. Yeah.
I bet you.
Was it part of the tests? No.
Oh no, that's Morgan LeBlanc.
Okay,
Morgan
I'm thinking
Ermter,
of Morgan LeBlanc.
Yeah,
okay,
who is also a great actor. You had him on the show yet?
He's coming.
Nice.
He's coming.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Actually, because I promised him the last time we went to, I don't know if you were at Brandon's. What was this movie that he premiered?
Hotbox?
Hotbox.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I missed the premiere, but I wish I was
Oh my
there.
gosh, it was so amazing.
Great.
And I was like, oh my gosh, come on, I need to have you on my show. Come on.
Good, okay.
So he's definitely gonna come on my show. Yeah.
Good, okay, good. So anyway, I met Morgan and Joseph, and then they eventually called me with a Story Hive does the web series pilot.
Yeah.
And this was the 2015 edition, I believe, and they pitched me with a pilot called Abracadavers. And the story is about my character Chris, whose mother recently died, like 2 years ago, in a those old hair salon chairs, like the things that like cover their head, like it looks like a bulletproof helmet, like those kind of things.
I'm a woman, yeah.
Yeah.
But
enough.
Okay. Enough. Okay.
Stop mansplaining hair chairs to me.
Okay. Yeah, it's all right. Got it.
So the chair short circuits, and so then that's what kills her.
And then how old is Chris then?
Chris is around. We're kind of ambiguous about it, but he's around high school age.
Okay.
Because part of the journey is that he gets really sad about this, obviously, and Chris has tendencies of obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD.
Okay. Yeah.
So he steals the chair.
Yeah. Oh my.
So he breaks in and steals the chair, and he kind of like obsesses over it.
Yeah.
So then his friends like, this isn't a good thing. So they kidnap him to try and break him away from the chair and heal a little bit. And so they take him on a road trip. But he won't leave without the chair, so they take the chair along. Oh, dear. And then the chair eventually starts to give them supernatural powers, like superpowers.
Right.
That's the whole series, which, as you can tell as a pitch, feels very niche. Like it's a very specific kind of story.
Oh yeah.
And I think once you watch it, you can kind of flesh out the world a little bit more, because really what it is it's a group of 5 kids going on a road trip in this like very transitional part of their lives, and they're just kind of establishing who they are and their identity and all that. So then they pitched the pilot, we filmed that, and then we took it to Story Hive, we took it to the Banff World Media Festival. We spent about 2 or 3 years generating interest and buzz around it. And eventually Story Hive and the Calgary Film Centre funded the whole first season and greenlit it.
What?
And,
And so, is it based in Alberta? Or?
It is.
Okay.
It's like we don't mention, like, the characters don't say the names.
Okay.
But there's a point in the film where one of the characters, Paul, played by Franco Correa, lovely actor, he's doing a puzzle of Alberta.
Oh, okay.
And then the group splits up, and how they find out where they went is that one of the characters leaves one piece of the puzzle unsolved.
Okay.
So then that location is where they are. So it is like suggested that it's set in Alberta. For sure.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so how now? let's go to the congratulations part. How now did you guys like your series get picked by a Washington-based distribution company?
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If people think Albertans don't make it, we're making it.
We're making it.
Yeah. So tell us more about the Washington-based distribution company.
Yeah.
How did they pick it up? How did you get the call? What was your reaction? I know so many questions at the same time.
For sure. No. I love it.
I'm like getting so excited for it. How was your feeling when you received that call?
It was it's kind of beyond anything we could have imagined.
For sure.
The series is something really near and dear to our hearts. It's very stylized, like the way it's shot and the kind of the style of it is really we stuck to our kind of Numera Films guns on it.
For sure.
Which I think right at the we got a little bit of backlash on it of like, is this going to be too weird?
Right.
So the fact that there's companies and festivals that like recognize its merit is like really nice. Like the fact that we said we got to just try it and we stuck to our guns, and the fact that it's paying off is just it's kind of just beyond words. So it's with a Washington-based company called Zombie Orpheus Entertainment.
Right.
And they their kind of whole deal, their whole mandate is like genre-based entertainment.
Okay.
And so Zombie Orpheus runs a company, or rather a streaming service.
Okay.
In Vancouver and Los Angeles called the Fantasy Network.
Okay.
And the Fantasy Network, again, is very genre-based, and because we kind of fall into like this superhero sci-fi kind of category.
It makes sense. Yeah.
And so we were approached by kind of the whole operation behind both Fantasy Network and Zombie Orpheus, a couple named Ben and Narita Dobbins, who are just phenomenal people.
Shout out to you guys.
Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna watch this, but man, Ben and Narita
we'll
Dobbins,
make sure that they watch it.
The best. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
And so they kind of just expressed interest, and so we figured out some details, and so Abracadavers is now available on the Fantasy Network, which is their streaming service, Amazon Prime, and iTunes in the United States, the United Kingdom, Germany, and Japan.
Guys, this is proof that I know him. I'm just saying. This is proof that I know him.
And Canada, obviously Canada.
And Canada. Oh yeah, of course. Right. And Canada. So yeah, he's gonna be traveling around the world and all that jazz. And guess what? We have proved that he's been on the Amanda and Atanda show, which is so amazing.
Let me be clear. This is my peak, right? I want you to know this show is my peak.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, that is so amazing.
It's crazy.
So express your excitement, the feeling that you guys like after the call.
Right.
Like,
well, again, it's so when we were filming the series, we traveled to like 14 different cities in Alberta, because we were of the mindset of like, if you're going to make a road trip series, you need to go on a road trip.
Oh, for sure.
So we kind of just asked like all of our friends in the industry who like all of our grips and LX and gaffers, and we're like, will you just come with us? So we were like renting out hotel rooms in all these different cities, and like all of this, let me see, Red Deer, Stettler, Cremona, Water Valley, Nanton, everywhere was Drumheller. Oh man, they were so supportive of what we were doing there. Which, if I'm sure, like I think there's an element of like, ooh, exciting, something filming here.
Oh, for sure,
but it was also just like really above and beyond. There was the place we stayed at in Drumheller. We got back from a day of filming, and the host had made us this like huge pot of chili. Of just like, we heard you guys were working hard, which is not required by them at all.
Oh yeah, for
right?
sure.
But it's that mindset of like.
And mind you, and after it's out there, the fact that you actually ended up getting picked up by a Washington-based company.
That's right.
You never know where it's going to end up, right?
Yeah.
And to them, it's one of those are our people from Alberta.
Right.
Like, yeah, this is Alberta, representing Alberta, right?
Yeah.
So that on its own, everybody will be excited.
Totally. And which is also a nice thing is we're boasting a very it's fully Albertan cast and crew.
Nice.
So it's because we went to a whole bunch of different cities. We spent 6 weeks filming, and a lot of it was just like driving to different cities.
Wow.
And we kept it totally like fully Albertan, both on the cast and crew side.
Yeah.
So to receive the offer is like, oh man, like it's a lot of the people on the project have chosen to make Alberta their home for for work, right?
Yeah,
and obviously there is flux on that currently.
Right.
Like it's always kind of in peril, but sometimes it's great, but sometimes it's not. So when people stick to their guns there, and then when it's rewarded like that,
Wow.
Morgan Ermter, and he knows I think this about him. It's why sometimes we do interviews together,
and
we're very opposite. So I'm very loud and very expressive, and he's a very hands
everything.
and Morgan is very stoic, which on a film set is amazing. Because me and Joseph are freaking out, like we're not gonna get all the shots, and Morgan's like, everyone calm down.
Calm down, take it easy.
So, but it was the most excited I've ever seen. Morgan is figuring out that news. It's crazy.
Wow, that's amazing.
Thanks, Ben and Narita, again.
And we're gonna be supporting all the way. Please do what you heard on iTunes, on Amazon Prime. Is it Prime?
That's right. Yeah, Amazon Prime,
Fantasy Network, all over the world.
And it's still be on TELUS Optic in Alberta, BC. It'll still be there.
So all the details we'll put them down below here, and so you can also follow through, watch it, and see how we're doing it in Alberta. I'm just saying, that is so amazing. So you mentioned you mentioned something about it paying off now, right? Do you mind telling the viewers how patience pays off and how people need to? I know everybody wants instant gratification. We live in a world with technology. Everybody's like, I want to do this. I want to go on Instagram. I want to go on TikTok. I want to do this. I want to be famous, right? So do you mind telling the viewers on patience,
right?
Or what you meant by just the statement of saying it's finally paying off?
Well, Abracadavers, before we got greenlit for the first season, had been truly we'd been working on it for about 3 or 4 years.
Wow.
In the sense that
and people lose patience.
For sure.
About 4 years is a lot.
Which, and again, I think if Morgan and Joe and I didn't have each other, if we were trying to do this solo, I think we would have. Like, I think we would totally have moved on to something else, right?
For sure.
But if one person got complacent, the other two were like, we need to keep working.
Keep going.
Right? So, which is why it's nice to have the team.
Yeah, for sure.
But it started with Morgan finding this antique hair chair in an alleyway that just said, free, please take. So he took it, and we're like, well, we have to put this in something. And that's how Abracadavers was born.
Wow.
And then we pitched it to the Story Hive series. So we had $10,000 to make the pilot, like the very first pilot. Except in that round, we didn't win the full series.
Okay.
So we just had this pilot. So that's one thing of like, oh, maybe this won't get made.
For sure.
And then we throughout the year we had another funder that was interested. So we were all prepped. We got our production plan, we got a budget, we got our cast, everything's locked down. And then they come back to us being like, oh, we can't make it work this year. And I go, so there's another step down, right?
Wow.
But then Story Hive came out with the $100,000 edition, which is the pitch an idea or the pilot or whatever you have for a full series. So they awarded, I think, somewhere between 20 and 26 projects the full $100,000 to do these series.
Yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of amazing ones out there if you have time to go check it out. We were just lucky enough to be one of them.
Right.
But again, that took us like 2 or 3 years to.
And lots of setbacks too.
And a lot of rejection, right? Which is
for sure.
And that's something truly that I have a hard time with.
A lot of people really like. I
sure.
find now this is the moment where I say, you said you're the only child spoiled brat. I am the baby of the family spoiled brat.
Oh man!
So we cannot take no for an answer. It's kind of sucks.
We're too
it's
cocky.
Painful.
Yeah.
I know. I like that. I don't want to use that term, but yeah. So yeah, I totally get that because no's are really painful, but then just keep going is the way forward, right?
Totally.
So what kept you guys going with all those no's, especially when you see somebody say yes and then eventually say no?
Right.
It's better to say no from the get-go.
Yep. It's
no is painful, but
it is. But if you say no right away, it's and again, I don't think there's any need there's no blame being passed around.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Everyone tried to make their work, but it did. It took a couple of attempts.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I don't think I could speak for Morgan and Joe, but for what kept me going is the same kind of way that I got into producing the series.
Nice.
In that when they first brought me on, I was just an actor. Like they just brought me on as one of the actors.
Yeah.
So then I did it. and I felt really good about this one pilot because I thought for sure we were gonna win.
There we go.
But then like the team and the content and like the way the set ran, and then obviously just Morgan and Joe themselves. I was like, I don't want to. Sometimes you do, like sometimes you have your 2 or 3 days on like a TV series or a feature or a short.
Yeah.
You go there as an actor, you do your part, and then you're done.
Done, yeah.
And then sometimes you go to the premiere, sometimes you can watch a screening, but really your part's done,
For
right?
sure, yeah.
Which, sometimes that's what producers want.
Yeah.
But this one, I did my day, and then I was like, so I checked in a couple weeks later, and I was like, hey, what's going on with that?
Yeah.
Like, we're working on it. And really, I should have known that, like, once it's done, you have to wait.
Yeah,
But I was so impatient. I was like, so what's our plans? What are we doing?
What's next, yeah?
And so I kind of just kept, it worked because we were already friends, but I just kept bugging them of like, how can I help? What can I do? What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
So eventually they acquiesced and let me come on and help producing.
Nice.
But it's because I just felt something really different.
Yeah.
It's not one that I could just like do my part and
just go.
let go. Yeah. So I just really believed in its merit and what he was doing, and I thought it was something new that's come out of Alberta. Like I don't know that Alberta's seen this kind of certainly not like a superpower based thing, but especially this kind of like very stylized, like wide shot, all the color palette. It's just something different, right?
Right.
So that's what made me stick with it. It's just kind of what we were talking about earlier, like the gut feeling.
Right.
You go, I feel really good about this.
Whew.
That's what kept me going.
Now I'm getting excited. Like I really want to watch this. I really want. Like that's what I'm thinking right now.
Right.
Okay, with the way you're expressing it, I'm like, okay, now I can't wait to just shut this off and just see. Okay, what did you guys do and what did you work on? Because it sounds really so amazing, and just even putting Alberta on the map on its own.
We hope we are. Yeah, I think so.
Because clearly, you know how sometimes when it comes to acting, people say, oh yeah, go to Toronto, go to Vancouver, and don't think of Alberta, although sometimes some actors come here, right?
Totally.
But it's not that massive or announced as much as they announce it in Vancouver, which is so amazing. I look forward to watching it.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, and I think traveling for work is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But I think I'll always come back to Alberta.
Right.
It's what I felt for the past like 5 or 6 years, like especially like bringing on like Fargo and Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
There's just like, there's this nugget of potential in Alberta that is just like waiting to explode.
Yeah.
And I want to be around when it does.
When it does, exactly, and not come back and say, I wish I stayed.
Totally, and we're really hardworking, right?
I know.
All like the Hell on Wheels producer, the Revenant director, they're like, all the Alberta crews just jumped in the cold river and held the mic, and that's what you got to do sometimes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is so amazing. But we'll be right back.
Can we borrow your van to kidnap Chris?
I don't own a van.
Can we borrow your dad's van to kidnap Chris?
Hey, that's fine.
Have you talked to Chris lately?
Yeah, he's been acting strange lately.
This whole hair chair thing.
What do you mean?
You're not okay. We know you came to the chair last night.
And you're coming to it now.
I think that I have superpowers.
What?
You seeing weird things?
Maria, don't freak out, okay?
I look like I swallowed a tub of nuclear waste!
Maybe you have superpowers too. Light bulb powers.
Look who's talking, Sir Smoke Salon.
Clap off. That's fine. I guess we all have powers now.
All this superpowers nonsense, it's got everyone all distracted. We need to get this trip back to its roots.
I've got this ocean view. Wish you could see it too. But you were riding on a different kind of wave. But the jig is up, and it goes on and on and on and on forever. It's the end of the world, and I swear it's the end of the world, and I'm laughing. It's the end of the world, and I'm
So we're back. Wow, that is so amazing to know.
Yeah.
And we look forward to watching it. And for more details, guys, the link is down below. Links are down below.
sure
It's
there'll
not
be
just
multiple.
a link. Multiple
Yeah.
of links. So whatever works for you, go for it and support our fellow Albertans, man. And not even if you're not from Alberta, just support us.
Yeah, come on.
Come on, Nye. Okay, so that is so awesome. So I see you've been part of 20 festivals,
Yes.
35 awards, nominations, and wins. How, when, feeling, everything?
It's okay. Well, it's really phenomenal.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's the same kind of thing with the Zombie Orpheus deal, where you see you get the acceptances, you get the emails, you get the letters, and it's a validation of the work that's been done. You know what I mean? And like the weeks and weeks and the long nights, because producing, you're usually done after acting you're done usually when your day is done. You do your 8 hours and then you do the scene and you're out.
Done.
But producing, you got to go meet at the end of the day. You got to make the call sheets. You have to help out with that kind of stuff, and then you do all the pre-production work, all the post-production work. So like, I would say all in all, Morgan and Joseph I had been working on this first season shooting from the front end and the back end and the production for like a year and a half, right?
Wow.
With all the pre stuff and then all the post stuff and figuring out all the distribution stuff and all the festivals, which is a lot of work.
Yeah,
and,
it is.
And it is the most time that I have spent on a film project, like just in terms of like effort and soul.
Yeah.
But also just time. And the first festival, the very, very, very first festival we got into was an Alberta festival, more specifically a Calgary festival.
Oh, wow.
It was a new award series created by Calgary Society of Independent Filmmakers called the Stinger Awards. And it was the very, very first year. And we took home Best Web Series. And that's really what started it off for us in terms of like, which I think festivals see is they see the first submission and then the win.
Okay.
And so we won in Rio, we won in the Netherlands. We took in a couple awards from LA. Yeah, totally.
So was it with Abracadavers?
Yes, Abracadavers. Yeah. All that stuff is solely this series.
Hey, I'm losing my mind right now.
No.
Yo, the African in me is coming up. Like, I cannot wait for this whole. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's so phenomenal. And stuff like that will keep you going.
Yeah.
Really, more than anything, right?
Totally.
Wow, that is so amazing.
It's
you've
really
heard it from the one and only who? Talented actor. Producer. I said director in the beginning. No, producer. It's a lot of work. And it's so lovely. It was so lovely to have you here. And
This
to
is
tell
awesome.
us
This
a
would be
little
great.
bit about, what's been going on in your world after 2 years, was it?
Yeah.
When did I meet you? 2 years ago?
I think so.
It must have
I
been
think the
2
test is 2 years
right?
ago. Keep
2
your eye
years
out for the
ago,
test.
about that.
Silver Rain Production.
Yeah, baby. I was the costume designer, just so you know.
And I looked great. It was all.
And he looked
No,
great.
it was her work.
But the actions, you need to see the action. Well, you were one of the main actors, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Amazing. He's amazing. You want to see his work, and we cannot wait to see all the good, phenomenal things coming up. We know this is just the beginning.
I hope so.
More than anything, right?
Yeah.
And let's have faith. But anyway, thank you so much. It was so lovely. And to the viewers, thank you so much for watching. Look out for this guy. And look out for Numera films, and look out for everything that they're going to be doing. We look forward to that.
I hope this is the beginning.
Yeah. Alrighty, to the viewers, thank you so much for watching. Keep watching. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below here.
Keep watching.
And keep watching. And Griffin, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
It was lovely to have you here. Clink, 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 clink. I like that. Clink, clink.
Nice.
Awesome. Alrighty. No, I'm just being goofy. Yeah. But anyway, thank you so much and keep watching. And remember, little girls with dreams become women of vision. Take care and God bless you. Mwah. Bye.